ಶುಭ ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಸಭಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ and a very good afternoon to one and all present here. CSIR-CFTRI extends a very warm welcome to the distinguished guests, heads of departments, scientists, staff, retirees, students, virtual audience, ladies and gentlemen, for this National Science Day 2026 celebrations. The National Science Day is celebrated on February 28th to honor the discovery of the Raman effect by Indian physicist Sir Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman, most familiarly known as Sir C.V. Raman. Discovery of Raman effect won him the Nobel Prize in the year 1930, becoming the first Indian scientist to win the Nobel Prize. This year, the theme is Women in Science Catalyzing Viksit Bharat. The theme spotlights women in science powering Viksit Bharat vision with events nationwide. With proud privilege, and I'm deeply honored to express that the first women Director General of CSIR, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, plays a pivotal role and steering force towards research and development across all CSIR labs. CSIR is also equipped with a galaxy of women scientists and technologists who are heading the labs, various units, and rendering significant contributions in the direction of science and technology around all CSIR labs. Indian women are breaking the scientific stereotypes and has been transformative force in shaping the destiny of nation. Hope the spirit of this year's theme empowers women in science to face challenges, confront obstacles, and further nurture scientific excellence. Let's all be committed to science and deliver outstanding innovative work and solutions to progress towards Viksit Bharat. Now, it is my pleasant duty to invite today's chief guest, Professor K.R.S. Sambasiva Rao, Vice Chancellor, Mangalayatan University, Jabalpur, and our respected Director, Dr. Giridhar Parvatam, to take their seats on the dais. Sirs, please. Thank you, sirs. As the nation celebrates a year-long commemoration of the 150th anniversary of the national song, Vande Mataram, the significance of fostering national pride and unity. On this occasion of National Science Day 2026 celebration, I request everyone to rise and join for singing Vande Mataram. I request the IT team to play the audio, please. Thank you all. Science acts as a foundation for societal progress, contributing solutions to both routine and complex problems. The fundamental principles of science are curiosity, questioning everything, truth uncovers reality, progress, driver of future technology, and methodology requires organizing facts. Science is the process that takes us from confusion to understanding. It's time to invoke the almighty blessings. I invite Ms. Vidya MB, research student, Traditional Food and Applied Nutrition Department, to render invocation. Ms. Vidya, please.
पार्वती वरसुत गजानना पालिसो यम्मनो गजानना पार्वती वरसुत गजानना पालिसो यम्मनो गजानना पाशाङ्कुशधरा पापविमोचना पाशाङ्कुशधरा पापविमोचना पाशाङ्कुशधरा पापविमोचना रक्षिसो यम्मनो गजानना पार्वती वरसुत गजानना पालिसो यम्मनो गजानना लंबोधरने ನಂಬಿಹೆ ನಿನ್ನನು ಬೆಂಬಿಡಬೇಡವೋ ಗಜಾನನ ಲಂಬೋಧರನೆ ನಂಬಿಹೆ ನಿನ್ನನು ಬೆಂಬಿಡಬೇಡವೋ ಗಜಾನನ ವರರಂಗ ವಿಠಲನ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯ ಮಾಡುವೆ ವರರಂಗ ವಿಠಲನ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯ ಮಾಡುವೆ ವರರಂಗ ವಿಠಲನ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯ ಮಾಡುವೆ ಕೈ ಬಿಡಬೇಡವೋ ಗಜಾನನ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ವರಸುತ ಗಜಾನನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಯಮ್ಮನೋ ಗಜಾನನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಯಮ್ಮನೋ ಗಜಾನನ ಪಾಲಿಸೋ ಯಮ್ಮನೋ ಗಜಾನನ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you, Ms. Vidya, for that melodious track. May I invite Dr. Prasanna Vasu, Senior Principal Scientist, FSA-QCL Department, to formally welcome the distinguished guests and the gathering. Dr. Prasanna Vasu, sir, please.
Thank you, Jyoti. Ellarigu namaskara. Good afternoon to all of you who are present here, as well as those who are joining online. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, all the scientists, staffs, members, students, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Prasanna Vasu. I'm Senior Principal Scientist here in CFTRI and also the Chairman for this Event Management Committee. And it is my honor to welcome you all for this joyful occasion of this year's National Science Day celebration. As you all know, National Science Day is observed every year on 28th February to commemorate the discovery of Raman effect by the eminent physicist Sir Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman in 1928. This year is the 98th anniversary of Sir C.V. Raman's groundbreaking discovery of Raman effect. Sir C.V. Raman was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930 for this breakthrough discovery becoming the first Indian and the first Asian scientist to win this Nobel Prize, which put this research prowess of India into the limelight. So imagine how light is bent on a diamond and the secrets of molecules are made known. This is actually the Raman effect. Sir C.V. Raman, along with Dr. K.S. Krishnan, discovered this inelastic scattering of light by matter. This reference referred to the phenomena where white light interacts with the medium and undergoing a change in the wavelength and generating scattering light due to the molecular vibrations, which reveals the molecular structure of the molecules. This is the basis of Raman spectroscopy, which is used for varied application in different fields. To honor this contribution and to promote scientific innovations, the Government of India declared 28th February as National Science Day in 1986. Since 1987, the day is served as a platform to showcase the developments and achievements of scientists to inspire future innovations. CFTRI, since its inception in 1950, has been the pioneering institute in food science and technology, contributing scientifically to India's food security and safety. With 75 years of legacy in food science and technology, CSIR-CFTRI is committed to advance knowledge and innovations in the food science and to address pressing challenges in the food quality, safety, and sustainability. So we are here very much delightful and honored to have among our chief guests, Professor K.R.S. Sambashiva Rao, Vice Chancellor, Mangalayatan University, Jabalpur, MP, who have flown all over the way to here to Mysore to join us today and to grace this occasion. A hearty welcome to you, sir. I request our director, Dr. Giridhar Parvatam, sir, to extend a warm welcome with a flower rose. A joyful welcome to you, sir. Now I request Dr. R.S. Mache, sir, Head, Chief Scientist and Head FPT, to come over to the dais and welcome our director with a flower. So a hearty welcome to you, sir. So I also take this opportunity to extend a warm and joyful welcome to all our distinguished dignitaries, HODs, scientists, former scientists, who are all present here and also who are watching online. Your presence add immense happiness and values to this occasion of National Science Day celebration, and we are truly grateful to you all to have with us. This year's National Science Day theme is Women in Science Catalyzing Viksit Bharat. This highlights the critical and crucial role played by the women scientists in advancing science. The theme aligns scientific advancement with Indian vision of becoming a developed nation, while recognizing the role of women researchers and innovators. In this occasion, I honor all the women scientists and staff of CSIR-CFTRI for their inspiring and tireless efforts bestowed for the development and advancement of the food science and technology in the institute. Dear all, science is not just a subject, it is the spark that turns curiosity into discovery and ideas into innovations. Jai Vigyan, Jai Bharat. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Science is the key to our future. Let's believe, focus, achieve science by igniting the scientific spirit among all of us by lighting the lamp. May I request the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp and inaugurate the event. Sirs, please. I request Machi sir, Hebbar sir to join, and as well I request C.D. Nandini madam to join in lighting the lamp. Thank you, sirs and madam. Before we move ahead for National Science Day lecture on exploratory thinking in modern research practice by Professor K.R.S. Sambashiva Rao, I invite Dr. Purnima Priyadarshini, Principal Scientist, Department of Molecular Nutrition, to introduce today's chief guest to the gathering. Dr. Purnima, please.
Thank you, Jyoti. A very warm greetings on nation's National Festival of Science, National Science Day. It's my great privilege and honor to introduce the dignitaries on the dais to this august gathering. First and foremost, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce the chief guest of National Science Day celebration here at CSIR-CFTRI, Professor K.R.S. Sambashiva Rao. Professor K.R.S. Sambashiva Rao is an eminent educationist and a recognized academician, presently serves as a Vice Chancellor of Mangalayatan University, Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. He previously served as Vice Chancellor of Mizoram Central University from 2017 to 2022, and earlier as a Rector or a Pro-Vice Chancellor and Chancellor in charge of Acharya Nagarjuna University between 2014 to 2017. Professor Rao's educational journey reflects an impressive interdisciplinary depth. He holds a DAC in biotechnology from Bhampur University in microbial biotechnology, a PhD in zoology from Sri Venkateshwara University, specializing in toxicology and physiology. Another PhD in pharmaceutical sciences from Andhra University, focusing on dosage formulation and drug delivery systems. His academic qualification further include MSc degrees in zoology, psychology, information technology, an MBA in big data analytics, and an MA in sociology, an inspiring testament for lifelong learning. With over 29 years of dedicated service at Acharya Nagarjuna University as Professor of Zoology and Biotechnology, Professor Rao has made a seminal contribution in aquaculture biotechnology, microbial biotechnology, and molecular biology. He was instrumental in establishing the Department of Biotechnology and initiating pioneering programs such as MSc Biotechnology, MTech Biotechnology, and MSc Nanotechnology there. As a Vice Chancellor of Mizoram University, his visionary leadership elevated the institution to one of the best universities in Northeast region, achieving consistent recognition of NIRF and NAC assessments. He also serves as a convener for the implementation of a national education policy in Northeastern and Eastern regions of India. Professor Rao has published over 275 research papers in reputed national and international journals, filed 8 patents, and edited and authors over 20 books. His scholarly impact is reflected in a strong citation matrix with an H index of 60. He has successfully guided 26 PhD scholars and 21 MPhil students. An internationally recognized academic, Professor Rao has served as a visiting scientist at Emory University School of Medicine, USA, University of Göttingen, Germany, and Virginia Commonwealth University Medical College, USA. He has also held adjunct and visiting positions in Panama, Malaysia, and Czech Republic, and several other countries. He is the founder general secretary of the Association of Biotechnology and Pharmacy and editor of Current Trends in Biotechnology and Pharmacy. He is a fellow and an honorary fellow of several prestigious scientific bodies and recipient of numerous national and international awards, including the Panama National Award for Educational Development and the AP Best Teacher Award. So, we are deeply honored by your presence. Next, it gives me an immense pride to introduce our director of the esteemed institute, CSIR-CFTRI, Dr. Giridhar Parvatam. Given his long and dedicated association with this institute, I will briefly highlight a few milestones of his distinguished journey. Dr. Giridhar Parvatam assumed charge as a director of CSIR-CFTRI on 8 September 2025. A proud member of CSIR-CFTRI family, He joined the institute in 1999 as a scientist B, and through his dedicated service and academic excellence, he rose through the ranks to become chief scientist. Over the years, he has served as head of the Food Safety and Quality Control Department and as a director of a referral food laboratory before taking over the leadership of the institute. He has earned his MSc and PhD from Kakatiya University, Telangana, with a doctoral research focusing on mycotoxins in spices and dried fruits, emphasizing the importance of food safety across the supply chain. His work spans plant biotechnology, food science and technology, particularly in nutraceuticals, bioactive compounds, natural pigments, and functional food development. An internationally recognized scholar, he was a DAD Fellow at the University of Beirut, Germany, and a Boy Scout Fellow at the Institute of Research and Development, Montpellier, France. His team is currently contributing to the IHRF rice fortification project supported by the Melinda Gates Foundation. With over 231 publications, more than 8,500 citations, 9 patents, 2 commercial technologies, 2 edited international books, and the guidance of 17 PhD scholars and over 50 postgraduate students, Dr. Giridhar Parvatam has made a significant contribution to the scientific community. In recognition of his outstanding contributions, he has elected fellows of several esteemed scientific academies and is a recipient of 16 national awards. Through his sustained contributions, Dr. Giridhar Parvatam is committed to advance food science and technology and plant biotechnology in India. Welcome, sir. With that, may I now invite our respected chief guest, Professor K.R.S. Sambashiva Rao, to deliver his address to the gathering. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure for me to be here among the midst of many eminent scientists and active students. My journey to CFTRI almost more than 30 years. When I was in Acharya Nagarjuna University, Guntur, we used to run courses like biotechnology, MSc and MTech biotechnology. And our students used to come here regularly almost till 2014. I was in charge of the department of Acharya Nagarjuna University, Guntur. And many times I came here and I met many scientists here, but most of them almost retired now. Because after 2014, I am not in academics. I am in administration, academic administration. From 2014 onwards, I am not in science. I had been rector and pro-vice chancellor and Nagarjuna University in charge vice chancellor, and then Mizoram Central University, and later now in Mangalayathan University. Almost 10 years I am out of science, but scientific administrator. But still, I give lectures whenever I get an opportunity of talking to students and faculty in various platforms. So CFTRI I have visited 2-3 times before, and I have visited even for 1-2 conferences here. And it's a great opportunity for me to see CFTRI again after so many years. And even when I'm in Mizoram, I was invited by Dr. Parvatam on some occasion of this kind. I think there is a conference, I think, in chemical engineering that time. I could not make it because time is very short from Mizoram to fly. I have to travel almost 2 days. So I could not make it. But even today, I am here only because of the respect towards CFTRI and also my love to CFTRI, because I am till last night 1 o'clock I am in a function. So morning around 3 o'clock I got up and I could catch the flight and came here. So I changed my tickets and I just came here to see CFTRI again. It was, I'm in a home function and I'm not having any presentation also with me. So yesterday morning I sat on computer and I tried to do something because I thought many students will be here. So let me have a satisfaction of bringing some kind of innovative and also explorative research or explorative thinking in research. So I just thought of this kind of problem, how we made some accidental inventions in our research findings almost 10 years before. I'm not talking about them now. It is almost 10 years before. So even I don't have any information also about the publications. So I just downloaded in internet and I prepared some slides. So it is all hush-hush. Don't see that it is. But what I'm trying to do is, what is the gist of my thinking is that if you have a intention, explorative means actually accidental findings, and also which are not been well studied earlier, and also which are not been well defined earlier. So I thought, okay, how we came into this area in some of the findings, my students, not me. So I thought like that I can bring out this particular problem, how students, if he has creativity and innovation, how they can make wonders. This is what my intention. And also, as you all know that the 2026 Science Day theme will be that women in Vikshit Bharat. And just now we had a presentation, introduction, and introduction of the guests, and even lighting of the lamp. You have seen women domination in CFTRI also. And you can see almost 50% of the audience are women. Women now dominating in India. But I congratulate them, but still a lot of efforts required from the women. Why? Because I'm making this statement with a very sense of feeling. Like if you just see, today we are celebrating the Dr. C.V. Raman memory as National Science Day, as the Nobel laureate, first Nobel laureate of our country. If we just see the Nobel laureates in the world, only 6% of the Nobel laureates in the world actually belongs to women. Only 6% so far, from 1901 to till today, only 6%. 6.6% maybe around. That is 677 Nobel laureates have been produced so far in the name of women. And only one lady, Madam Curie, has got 2 times Nobel Prize. And why it is actually been, women actually have been forwarded so much, and women have been entered into various areas now, research, and also in various sectors of employment and science and technology. Why it has been not coming up? Earlier you have not seen in flights, when we are traveling flights, no, only we never saw any women pilots earlier or decade before. Now almost every alternate flight which I am traveling, I am finding women pilot officer. And another observation also I was thinking, Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award, you are all familiar with that. Even Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award also not been a good number of women has succeeded in getting awards. Around 3 to 3.5% of women only could able to get succeeded in that. Then I just saw what is the problem in this? Why actually not been coming up? But if you just see some of the wonders of the women recently, in Hyderabad there is one tech park. It is totally owned by women entrepreneurs. 25 industries are there, that one tech park in Hyderabad, it is totally led by women. And if you just see the world statistics of industrial development and growth by women, India's top 10 women entrepreneurs actually been placed in the top 25 entrepreneurs of the world. And Kiran Majumdar Shah is among your just neighbor, Bangalore, Biocon industry. She has been placed in the top 10 industries of the world. And it was the DST database in the past few years, maybe 10 to 15 years, the women has been growing continuously. The women percentage of women in scientific field, particularly in science and technology, has been growing from 13 to 21%, 21% to 28%. Now it has been crossing beyond 35% now. Women scientists now been playing a very important role in our country. Maybe the awareness about the various the awards and also the scientific avenues might have been the statistics of Nobel Prize and also the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Awards not been reflecting in that way. But if you just see the scientific contribution of the women in the past decade, it has been growing from 13% to 35% now. Maybe it will cross 50% very soon. So women is going to play very important role in our country's progress in near future. So I congratulate all the women employees here and also students here to have a wonderful future of India through all of you. And it is my responsibility to say that when I am in administration for the past 10 years, all successful establishment processes in the office and scientific process, if we say something to the women, it will be done within a day or 2 days. And there are men also doing that, but women has got most of the responsibility. Most of the women are responsible, and also I'm not biased towards women, but I am not biased towards men also. But I always take everything in a transparent way. Because we sometimes we feel that women will be always in various kinds of leaves. But sometimes we feel inconvenient when they are going on leave for continuously. But as long as they stay here in the office, they will be performing their work very sincerely and dedicated way. Even my wife is a central government employee, and she never absent from the office before 9 o'clock to night 8 o'clock. She never came to house. She is very responsible. And also, I observed one of the sincere, responsible discharge of the responsibilities by women is that through my wife I observed that she gets up at morning 4 o'clock and takes collection of water and drinking water and everything up to 5 o'clock. She goes to walking at 5 o'clock. I will not get up to 6 o'clock. I am telling you very openly, I will be getting up only at 6 o'clock. But I may work up to night 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Very often, I work up to night 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. My wife will sleep at 10 o'clock. I am a very, very dedicated worker. More than 18 hours a day, I will be working. But my wife, I am responsibility, I am talking about women. She comes back from the walking at 6 o'clock and prepare breakfast, lunch and everything before 8:30. And at 9 o'clock, we will be going together to office. She will be going to her office, and I am going to my office. And after 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, she comes back from home. She prepares again food and takes care of homework of my son. I never take care of my son's homework. And one day, I just started talking something to my son. You are talking something wrong. Then he said, don't tell anything. My teacher told like this. I will not listen to you, he said like this. So I never took care of the homework of my son, and she takes care of everything, homework and everything, his welfare. And even in my lifetime, I never brought any ration from the outside. Why I'm telling all this? Women are more responsible and more hardworking. This is what everyone should remember. I never brought anything ration from outside. She gets everything from home, everything from outside, and she takes care of everything at home. And till night 10 o'clock, she will be working. I know that most of the women are like that. Most of the women. That's what I wanted to tell everyone. Most of the women, for balancing the housework and house responsibility and your office responsibility is very challenging to women. And still now, they're also taking responsibility of science and technology and innovations. You might have heard recently that Jammu highest bridge at Chenab in Jammu, the stability of the bridge which actually been planned, and it has been given very well planned, and also the structural development strategy, everything given by one woman employee of Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So now women has been crossing the boundaries, and they are going beyond the capability of many people. Only thing is they have to get opportunity into various sectors. So Viksit Bharat of India, you can see a grand success through women empowerment and also women innovation and creativity. I am very boldly say that our Mizoram University has incubator, and we have incubated during my time, more than 25 startups. And one of the startup started by one woman entrepreneur in Mizoram has won the All India #1 award. And it has been spread throughout the northeastern region. And she has got the best woman entrepreneur in the northeast region. So they have a talent, but their burden has been deviating from one particular sector to other sectors. They have a lot of responsibilities, so they cannot compete with the men. So if you are given an opportunity without any work at home, they will also compete with us. This is what. So we hope that India is growing to higher position and as a world leader through Viksit Bharat of women empowerment. So with these few words, I just wanted to say something about what I wanted to talk today. So exploratory thinking in modern research practice is that the research which we plan without any kind of proper idea, proper theoretical background, and also very well understudied topics which we take up, that will be a wonderful research which actually leading to incubation and also even creativity and innovation. This is what actually I thought of bringing to your idea. Particularly for students, it's not for scientists who are well aware of this, and you might have been, I saw the just pamphlets, the various patents, various technologies by CFTRI. I've seen it is #1 institute in the country. There is no doubt about that. Only the students actually because we worked in a university where facilities are very scanty. And sometimes in some of the laboratories actually not been well equipped with chemicals and other materials. But even then, we tried our best and could able to publish good papers and could reach to this position and recognition only because of the interest, only because of the utilizing the facilities which are available. As you all know that one of the scientists, he is not known to the present generation. He's our senior teacher from Sri Krishna Devaraya University in Anantapur. He is Parvateswar Rao, he is no more. He has used only burette and pipette, but he has published many papers in the Journal of Biochemistry. And only the metabolic activity of the animals he used to study. And he has published many papers using only burette and pipette analysis. And even the small visual observations, vague observations, we could able to publish 2-3 papers. I recollect because I don't have any background because all my material and everything is at my office. So I am at home, but 2-3 observations I brought which are in my mind. So I prepared some slides and brought. That's visual observation only we could publish very good papers. We are not having sophisticated instrumentation like what you have in CFTRI. But we could able to publish very good papers, and from 1 to 10 to 12 impact factor, many papers we published with very minimum facilities. So that's what actually I wanted to tell the students, that you need to have a thinking creatively and innovatively, that's what. So what is that actually key characteristics of the exploratory research is inductive nature. Exploratory thing moves from specific in-depth observation to general tentative conclusions. What is happening? You can see many new buildings which are having a lot of beams and lot of pillars in the middle, but this hall is not having any kind of pillars and beams. The student has to think how this building has been constructed, how this hall has been constructed without any pillars, without any beams. This much top ceiling is been possible nowadays. It is not possible nowadays. How it is been done? I have been visiting once in Hong Kong. When I visited a friend's house 6 months before, that particular area is in sea, in the midst of sea. Just within 1 year, that particular sea has been filled and 99 floors apartment complex has been constructed. I was standing in the 99th floor and my friend was telling before 1 year, this is a sea and it has been constructed within 1 year period. And it is really a wonder for me. In India, we don't have any building complex or any tower complex around 99 floors. We can see maximum in Hyderabad nowadays, I am seeing 42 floors, 32 floors like that. In Mumbai, I think we have seen some around 40 floors, but we have not seen any towers of 99 floors in India. But if you go to any small village in China, any small city also, minimum floors will be around 60 and above. So what is the technology difference we had? And what is that we are lacking? Indians, we say that highly intellectual, capable and powerful country in the world. We claim ourselves. And it is true, 23% of our population is within 19 to 25 years. 23%, and world's 60% of the young population is present in India. And we are even 50% of that particular population is in between 18 to 35 years. World highest young power is there in India. And we claim ourselves that we are highly intellectually capable people. Why not we are able to do this? Why not we are able to do this? You have to see, world's high intellectual capability people are there. And also we see, now in any university, any college, if you go for publications, they will not do any publication. World highest retraction is also in India, for your kind information, publications. Highest retraction is there in India, and there are some institutes, I don't want to name here, they are number 1, 2, 3 in the world in retraction of the publication. So what is the problem we are facing here? Young children has to think about that. What is that I have been seeing in many private universities and colleges? Actually, I am not talking about government universities. Maybe 1 or 2 people in government universities may be there, 1% to 2%. But in many of the private universities and private institutions to have the competition between the ranking of the various institutions. They pay 1 lakh rupee, 2 lakhs rupees and get a publication which they don't know what is going on in a publication. And several of the institutes actually, claim that 100 papers, 150 papers, which actually nothing is owned by them. This is what actually, why I'm conflicting statements I'm giving here, is that we have a highly intellectual capable people are here, and why highly corrupt people are also here. Highly manageable people, actually, you can say. This is what actually science has been suffering in India, because it is in the top 3 countries of the publication in the world, and it is not in patents, it is not in the top list, but it is patents wise. If you compare with China, we are far behind. And also having highest number of journals also, we are also reaching in the top 10 countries in the world in scientific journals. But actually the transparency in science, if you just observe any time, if you communicate a paper to the foreign journal, sometimes we get without referring or without even 1 hour time, they say that it is not related to our journal. Come back immediately. Several times, in my experience, I am telling, if you are communicating any publication with Indian address, the journal people also not been really taking respectable response from the India. My experiences I am talking here, when I am in Germany, in Göttingen University, my boss used to be comment several times, Indians, they do like this, they do this, they do like this, and they don't have any kind of like this. She used to comment. I'm a temporary visitor, but one of my colleague friend, he's almost a regular PhD scholar to her. So we could not open up our voice when she is commenting like that. One day I have seen in Nature journal, one of the Max Planck Institute scientists has published 13 papers in Nature, and all 13 papers are retracted. You see Germans, how they are doing. I showed this to her. Then she kept her mouth closed. So it is not the question of Germany, or it is not the question of India, it is not the question of any other country. It is the question of the ethical and also the dignity of the particular person who is doing this. Humans are humans anywhere. This is what actually the nature of the scholars. We have not done any kind of extraordinary work like what you have in CFTRI or any other CSIR institutes. We have a because I know Parvatam has visited our university, our Rajgopal has visited our university, and earlier several people visited our university in Nagarjuna. You have seen the facilities what we have in our university. But we could be able to publish still some of the very important, I will show you 2-3 only because I don't have any information now. I will show you 2-3 papers which I published, very prestigious journals. How we made it actually. So flexibility and adaptability for exploratory research is very important. What you are thinking, what you are seeing is not actually, you should not think that it is a established fact. You have to see that why it is not been done earlier, why it has to be done, why it has to be like that. The student has to think innovatively, creatively. And you have to remember that world top 25 startups are from India and from Bangalore. Bangalore is a pioneer in the world startups, highest number of startups in the world. Bangaloreans has earned billions of rupees of money through startups, successful startups. I say successful startups. We have more than 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 startups has been established in the past few years. But successful startups are very important. Whatever you are seeing, every day you are purchasing Zomato and many other things you are purchasing, all are from India. So this is what actually you have to see. Now it has spread throughout the world actually. Successful startups. So this actually you have to think. And qualitative dominance, that is what you are doing, it should be unique. You publish only a paper with just a small observation. I will show you one of the paper. What we have published is that in Current Science in 2003 or 4, very small note we have sent to Current Science, only half page of Current Science publication. One of the aquaculture diseases, white spot syndrome virus in Nellore area, it is a very dreadful and very dangerous for aquaculture prawns. So suddenly the white spots will come on the carapace and it will die. So one of my students has been observing this many days, and he has been saying that, sir, something is going on, maybe within 15-20 days before, some signal may be coming to the particular organism that this is going to prevail. So we started observing, because anything is coming through gill areas, so we have taken gill samples and various randomly, and we observed, and we have developed one nuclear stain, how it is been changing. That costs only 2 rupees, that stain. And we observed 20 days before that nuclear ocular bodies formation. That is an indication that animal is going to get the WSSV virus. After 20 days of that particular nuclear ocular bodies formed, animal is getting external symptoms of WSSV virus disease. So very simple 1.5 page, 2 sides. That has been published in Current Science, and a stain which has been developed by us is only 2 rupees, and we don't have any instrumentation there, only visual observation. And we have published many papers like this by just visual observation. I will show you 3-4 examples only that what actually we have done. And open-ended thinking, it's what is going on. We have to see that what is going on. So why this person is like this? Why this person is not like this? You have to think like the open mind, you have to think. And now modern applications of exploratory research, AI, digital ethnography, and mixed methods of integration, data visualization tools, so many are coming up and now making easy for you to understand what is going on there. I'm not going in detail of discussion. Why? Because time is very short. So I have, because Parvatam sir has asked me, so can I talk on this topic or pharmacogenomics area? So he asked me to give both, but it will take 2 hours time for me to think about that. So I'm just going little, because I have more than 99 slides, you know. So it takes, if I go through the slide, it will take almost 2 hours, 3 hours. So I'm going with it little bit in surface way. So defining the problem, what is the problem you have to understand? For example, when you are going to a particular, so many, because I'm working in aquaculture area, one of the day, my student has observed that freshwater prawns, Macrobacterium rosenbergi, they are actually getting their appendages. Prawns means appendages with crustacean animal, appendages will be there. So suddenly the appendages are getting wrinkled and also getting shredded off. So he has been saying that, sir, animals are dying because of this. He was telling to me. And it is a visual observation. So suddenly they are all getting died. Then we started screening microbial parasites like bacteria, virus, and everything we have screened. So nothing has been recognized. And when we are observing the prawn externally, it's only, I'm telling about just visual observation. The prawn actually normally abdomen will be in pink color or pinkish red color, usually when it is cooked also. That is not been present in a prawn which actually this kind of problem is there. So we thought, okay, this may be because some lack of pigments. Then that particular pigment deficiency may be carotenoids, we thought. So what we did is we added carotenoids, some different percentages of the carotenoid content, quantity vitamins in the particular feed, and surprising to our observation. So within 25 days, the prawns which actually started shedding of their appendages has been recovered. We did not do any research here. We did not do any wonder here, only visual observation. So we could able to observe in carotenoids deficiency has caused this disease. And this has been published in Disease of Aquatic Organisms in academic journals. It has been published by visual observations we published. We did not do much work, much research, only observation. That is not been published anywhere in the world, that time when we published. So the name also given by me, appendage deformity syndrome. It has not been known to anyone before we published that paper. Because appendages are going up, so let us give one name called appendage deformity syndrome. Now you can, if you type that in Google, you will find many innumerable number of papers in appendage deformity syndrome. This is actually been possible in a small state university where we are working. With the minimum facilities available, we are able to do, as in a wonderful journal, it is more than 4 impact factor. This, and another important factor is risk mitigation. That actually has stopped the mortality of the particular aquaculture ponds, and lot of savior for many farmers in that area. And it has been a very popular finding in that particular Nellore area. And we have generated a hypothesis deficiency of carotenoids has really been the responsible factor for this particular one. And similarly, we also identified, we are normally in biochemistry, we will be we are estimating glucose, blood glucose estimation by around 4.5 ml or some general colorimetric method solution. So what we sample quantity will be around 4 to 5 ml we will be using for biochemistry estimation of the glucose, blood glucose estimation. So one of my students said, sir, why can't we try with the plate reader? With the same precision and same equal result may come, we'll try, sir. So what we did is the same reagents we took in microliters and we have used plate reader, and the same precision, 95% similarity has come. We published it in Indian Journal of Clinical Biochemistry, Springer Journal. It is a small observation we did, compared the blood glucose by colorimetric method and also the plate reader. So we don't have any equipment there. We just had some thought. Why don't we try? So of course, I did not, my students also thought with that process, and so I also did it. So exploratory research, actually, we need to do certain things, how it is possible. We will get ideas only when we are going to survey. And we are going for studying various works which are actually being carried, or why they are carrying out this research, or why not we can do. So online research survey has to be done. Literature is very, very important. So literature research, actually, we should not copy the literature and we should not copy the work which is carried out by others. What is actually missing in that literature review? Actually, many people are thinking that literature review is going to be part of the thesis, but actually what actually it is doing, many people are not able to understand. Literature review, you have to understand what is the gap between this work. Why not this has been attempted by them? So this kind of gap of research has to be observed. And that also we will tell you in one of the slides. I can show you that in nuclear, that is in thrombolytic drugs, actually, when we have started work in that area. Reoculation with half-life, everything is very limited. That actually we have tried to improve that with our thinking and with our, and we have been successfully developed one molecule which is actually reoculation has been stopped, and also even the half-life has been enhanced by 5 to 6 times, and that also I will show you some of these slides in future. And observation, what present observation animal, why it is actually, observation is very important. One of my lab employees, his face is bulging one day. I was seeing him since 2-3 days. Why his face is bulging? I told him, must be some problem with your heart. You go and check with the doctor. And immediately had been to hospital, and he got find out with the cardiac problem. And he has neglected, he has purchased the medicine. That day he has gone to doctor and purchased the medicine. But within 6 months he died. And his son has been given job, and one day I was telling him, this is the reason your father was cautioned by me, but he never listened to me. Then he is saying, sir, medicines he has purchased, he never used. So observation of the animals, observation of your research work, observation of the material is also very important that to get new ideas. This is also youngsters has to, don't see or don't copy the work which has been carried out by elsewhere. You have to see that what is not been done by anybody else. I always tell my students, before you go for publication of your thesis, you should get at least 3 to 4 papers which are not been done by anybody. You do very small things, but it should not be done by anybody else in the world. And that work should not be repeated by anybody else. And when I did my PhD also, I'm just giving small examples because you understand my thinking and how exploratory research has to be developed. When I'm doing PhD, I did work on toxicology. So that is in 81, 84, I'm talking. People used to do, because I worked on fish toxicology. And many people, they used to determine the toxicity of a pesticide, LC50 determination and sublethal concentrations, and they go for physiological changes, biochemical changes. And this is a very popular work in our SV University, Tirupati, that time. I did my PhD in SV University. But I just thought like this. Why people are doing the same work, many people are doing, and they are changing the fish, they are changing the pesticide, they are changing the chemical. So I got some kind of confusion why they are doing repeated work. Then I thought, okay, let me try with, because they are doing in static work. Static means the water is not moving. So they are taking a tub, and they are putting the animals there, and they are adding some concentration of the pesticide. So what I did is that, so why don't we try with a continuous flow system? So I put another tub on the top and one tub here on the bottom, and continuously pesticide added solution I am adding to the particular bottom tub, and continuously I am testing the toxicity. And this is one, what is the difference of static media and what is the continuous flow system? This is first time I did it in 1981. Small change, I did not do much. And another idea which I generated in the same time, so people are talking about this pesticide is very toxic, this pesticide is a residue formation pesticide, like that they are talking. It is about 45 years before I am talking. So then I thought, why don't we try with another model? So we add some less toxic chemical and highly toxic chemical in different ratios. 1:4, 1:5, and 2:5, 3:5, like the different combination I have chosen. What I mean to study there is that this non-toxic chemical also may add to the another chemical to give more poisonous effect. So that is called synergistic effect. So nobody has done that work that time. In India, I don't know anyone has done it or not. In 45 years before I'm talking. And I got proved that this in different combinations, it is synergistic and antagonistic in toxicity. And not only that, that time dose response studies, actually we don't have only graphical analysis we used to do. But one Chinese professor in US has been doing dose response studies using a particular programming study. So in 81 I'm talking, not now. I contacted that person, there is no emails, there is no phone calls, there is nothing that time. I corresponded with a letter. It might have reached 15 days after, 20 days after to US. And he responded favorably. So I sent all my data to him. And he has used that particular program which he has used, and he has given me almost 50 pages of the analysis which has been done, dosage, mortality, responses, how it, at what fraction it has been responded, how it has been responded, whether it is antagonism or synergism. So 50 pages of the research work of my first chapter has been helped by that Chinese professor in US. So this is what actually I don't have any background. My guide was not knowing anything. I am not knowing anything. But only when I got an idea, so I just asked him like this and he helped me like this. So this is what actually youngsters has to think. I am not a competent man to tell you in an institute like CFTRI. I am not that established, distinguished researcher, but I am a distinguished academic administrator. Why I am calling distinguished academic administrator is that during my time in Mizoram University, when I took charge, that university is publishing only 150 papers per year. During my time, 5 years' time, from 150 papers to more than 2,500 papers publication, I have improved my same faculty who are working earlier. And I received 350 crores research project in Mizoram University with the same faculty who are earlier not working. I am a motivator. I ask motivator and harsh administrator. If we don't publish, I will not give increments. If we don't apply research projects, I will not give any kind of promotion. This is the only solution I made. And everyone who is coming for interview, I used to take declaration that they will publish 3 papers per year, Scopus, 3 Scopus papers, and apply 2 research projects. So all the people, and I filled up almost 250, 300 positions during my time. So more than 400 faculty are there. So everybody started applying. And we got 350 crores research project no university in the country has got, including mainland. Including mainland also no university got. I had been NAC committee chairman in Delhi, Jamia and other universities. And I saw Jamia in 5 years got only 75 crores. But whereas our university got 350 crores in 5 years. No university in the country got that much. And the same faculty who are actually not been selected anywhere in the country, they got selected in Mizoram. Mizoram people are not really very, very highly intellectual or not even meritorious candidates. If we conduct interview, not even 10 applications, 20 applications will not come. During 2001 time, whoever came for interview, they have been selected. And they don't have any research background. With the same people, I just motivated them and how to apply. Actually, there was no single patent for Mizoram University. For 17 years, it has been established as a central university. I told them how to apply a patent. I have given the format of the patent and how to apply the patent. During my time of 5 years, 175 patents were filed by my faculty. Why I am telling this is only motivation. That's why I'm telling I'm only academic administrator. I'm not highly distinguished scholar like you, but it's only a kind of motivation, a kind of hard work, dedication. I used to apply more than 50, 60 projects during my time as Vice Chancellor. So to motivate my faculty. So we got 4 incubation centers in my time. No other university got that many incubators. I got 100 crores from DRDO for incubator. And it is catering the need of all 8 states of Northeast region as a granting agency. That is, we call for the applications for projects and we used to grant the projects also to Northeast state. DRDO has given a center, Northeast Science and Technology Center to us. And DST incubator we got, DBT incubator we got, and Food Technology Center. So this is what actually, though I am not a capable man, I am not a distinguished scientist, I have a feeling that my university should be like this. My scholars should be like this. This is what I am trying to tell everyone. No one is inferior to any Nobel laureate. Professor C.V. Raman has worked in your CSR lab and he got Nobel Prize. Why not another CSR scientist can't get it? This is what actually you have to think. When I was working in small examples, I just wanted, don't mistake me, I'm telling my examples only. So when I'm going for applying to degree, that time it is transformed from Andhra University to Nagarjuna University. So 2 years we studied, 3 years we studied in Andhra University, but mark list is given by Nagarjuna University. In 1976 I am talking, 78. So when I just I got an interview and I just wanted to take my degree. So what they did is, you are studied in Andhra University, so we don't give mark list back to you. You go and take the duplicate mark list in Andhra University. That day I was seeing that clerk and controller of examination. I will come back to this university as a vice chancellor and I will see your end. This is what I decided in my mind. This is what innocently I decided. I became vice chancellor, but those two people retired. So this is what actually a kind of determination and goal you need to have, scholars. If you want to become Bhatnagar Awardee, you will become. If you want to become Nobel Laureate, you will become. But you have to decide yourself to get that objective fulfilled. This is what lacking in India. This is what lacking in young Indians and Yuva Shakti, they are lacking this. You need to determine, by hook or crook I should get the Bhatnagar Award. By hook or crook I wanted to get the Nobel Prize. You try, you will get it. If you don't try, nobody will give you anything. You have to be in determination. So then, I'm telling my examples. So I applied, after 59 years, I started applying to vice chancellor positions, because I think that I'm almost getting retired by 62. I've been shortlisted 2 times in Nagarjuna University, but I was not selected by government. Okay, leave this bloody state. I will apply for central system. Then I immediately applied to UGC vice chairman and 5-6 central universities. I got shortlisted in every central university and even NIPER, and everywhere I got shortlisted. What is the problem? Why we are not selecting there? We need to have a determination. Then I got realization that I should go for a system where transparency is being followed. So immediately, the first interview which I gave is UGC vice chairman. Second interview is Mizoram. I got selected in Mizoram. I don't have any recommendation. I don't have any kind of backing. I had nothing. Nobody. I don't know anybody in Delhi. I just ignorantly went for interview and I got selected. When I joined in Mizoram, like this, I am addressing my faculty. My wife and other people are also sitting. And the outgoing vice chancellor also sitting on the dais. Outgoing vice chancellor commented me, working in private university, working in state government, state university is different, working in central university is different. It is a challenging job, he told. I did not say anything on that day. And when I am talking to people that I will make this university in the top 50 in the coming 5 years, I told. Some people in audience, they commented, later on I came to know, they commented, this vice chancellor is telling bluff, 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 and he is telling all this bluffing, like that they are talking. And mass media also talking that he is talking something very exaggerately. And in interview also they are talking like that. The same person who commented me before 1,000 people in auditorium, he has seen my auditorium, a big auditorium. The outgoing Leangela vice chancellor, he told me, after 3 months, he came back, you are the right person to this university. So the person who commented me appreciated me after 3 months. And the faculty and the various employees actually who are, in Mizoram, it is a sensitive area. Nobody can threaten anyone. Even vice chancellor cannot threaten anyone. If you are threatening anyone, you will be out from the state within 15 days. And you will not be seen in the whole world, in the universe also. You will be going off. But I told every faculty, if we don't publish, if we don't do research, I will remove from the, I will not hesitate to remove from the service. In front of every person I told. There is a big murmuring going on in Mizo community. Why, what is this vice chancellor is talking? He's like this. Can you imagine, after 6 months, the same Mizo faculty, they are circulating among themselves. He is the right vice chancellor for this university. They have seen the progress. They have seen the development. Not only whole Mizoram, no, a chief minister of Mizoram that time, he said, sir, why don't you settle in Mizoram? You bring your wife and son also here, I will give jobs to them. All three can settle in Mizoram. He offered me. Mizoram, nobody will be given a job, outsiders, because that is having special status. That chief minister offered me job to my wife and my son. What is the difference? You have to understand. You have to have a willpower to do something for the society. I never felt that Mizoram is my different state. I am working there for a job. I felt that Mizoram should be developed during my tenure. So I motivated everyone, student. So that is the only university in the country, there is no student agitation in 5 years. That is the only university in the country, there is no single day band. That is the only university in the country which has actually not been garawed by any person. And all three before vice chancellors are garawed by the Mizo people. I am the only person not garawed. So we need to have a commitment. This is what I wanted to tell youngsters. You want to do something, you can achieve anything. Even any of you can achieve anything. If you want to become CSR Director General, you can become. If you want to become advisor to science and technology to Government of India, you can become. But you need to work in that direction. This is what I just wanted to. Topic is not important. I'm talking like this. It is important. So exploratory research and explanatory research, these are actually small differences. You can go through, because I don't want to go into details of that. So just you can go through that. And creativity, innovation is very important for exploratory research. This is what I just wanted to tell you. So you need to have developed new ideas, unnatural ideas. Don't get natural ideas. Unnatural ideas in research will lead you to innovation. This is what you have to think. So why creativity important in science? Science is a problem solving. So you have to identify a problem and you have to think creatively for that. What are the possibilities for solving the problem? And lab to society impact is very important. Whatever the work you are doing, that should be useful for the society. And tomorrow's leaders, you are the tomorrow's leaders. This is what you have to think about that. What is creativity? Seeing hidden connections. So this building is like this. So if it is done like this, it may be very strong, it may be very loose, or like that hidden connections you have to make yourself. What is that? That is nothing but creativity. And challenging the limitations. Limitations which are actually in a particular work, you have to see that how to address that limitations. Asking better questions. Beyond traditional approach, you have to think. So innovation is nothing but applying your knowledge to achieve the particular research to be reality. And validation of that research. That is very important. What you are doing should be validation. And one of my students actually has developed an AI-based that is nano film. And it can go and test the mycotoxins, aflatoxins, and anywhere in the field also you can test that he has developed AI. That also one patent. So I have that slides, but time is getting up, so 4:30. So I just wanted to go real research versus innovation. So in your research, innovation is very important. So you should not go for any kind of research without innovation. You should not publish any paper without any use. It should be useful. Even though it is a small work, it should be useful for the society. It should be a new thing. This is what my intention. So the mindset of young scientists should be challenging, accepting or challenging the limitations, identifying the gaps, embrace the dissatisfaction of the research work which you are planning, ask the right questions for the right answers. So this is what your mindset should be. What your supervisor is telling, if you follow that blindly, you will not get any innovative idea. Supervisor, what he has to do is that student has to go and read and he should ask the student to come with some kind of innovative ideas. Unless a supervisor asks the student to come with new ideas, student will never think on his own. The brain will be also having aging like human beings are having aging. In between 18 years to 35 years to 40 years, the brain activity also will be very active. So that time the youngsters will be having very highly capable intellectual thinking will be there. But only thing the supervisor responsibility is that, the scientist responsibility is that he should ask the student to go and read and see the literature and what are the gaps and what are the challenges, what are the limitations. Every day he has to ask till he finalizes his problem. Then he will come up with new ideas. This is what I always follow. So always my students used to do that kind of work only. So in one of the publication in aquaculture, the skin chromatophores actually has been getting faded away. Why the chromatophores actually getting faded away? One of my student Ravi Kumar is in Nellore. He's working in field. So we tried with nutritional disorder, nutritional deficiency, and all other deficiencies we tried, and we could able to identify what is that nutritional deficiency. This is a small observation. We have to give a challenging task for the particular student. Identifying the real problem is possible only you get student to go and read. So one of the global health challenge, thrombolytic disorders I was telling you. Existing thrombolytic disorders is that current treatment has serious side effects and complications. High rate of reocclusion and initial treatment. Expensive treatments and limit accordingly. Short half-life. So what is that? Our aim is that safer and more effective thrombolytic agents has to be developed. So 15%, 20% globally mortality rate will be there for these thrombolytic disorders. So how to clinical impact is myocardial infarction and ischemic strokes, deep vein thrombosis, and pulmonary embolism. These are the various problems. So what we did is we have selected streptokinase and we have isolated that streptokinase from the wound of a person. And the organism we have isolated from the wound of the organism, and we have identified the organism. And what we have developed is a chimeric protein, staphylokinase, and which can also address all these problems which we are talking in the previous slide. So all existing therapies carry significant bleeding risk, but requiring careful monitoring and also limiting their therapeutic window. So what we did is, the real question is, can we design a better thrombolytic agent? I'm just giving how to make a question. Improve half-life, reduce pre-occlusion, and maintain fibrin specificity, reduce immunogenicity. These are the questions my student Anmol, actually, in the first slide I have shown you. I will show you his name. So these are the various questions. And next one is, this is, I was telling you appendage deformity syndrome, which is published in Disease Aquatic Organism. I will come back to that thrombolytic one. So you can see here the red abdomen of the particular prawn is normally, it will be in pink color. So it is not present in the disease where actually been existing in the appendage deformity syndrome. After we give the nutritional supplement of carotenoids, it has been recovered very well. So this has been published in Disease of Aquatic Organism. So this is innovative observation lead to diagnose the WSSV at the early stage. Almost 20 to 25 days before of the onset of external symptoms, we have identified this. Basophilic ocular bodies and Cowdery A-type ocular bodies are found. These are the symptoms for the identification of a particular disease going to come within 15 to 20 days. So this is one I am talking about Indian Journal of Clinical Biochemistry. Traditional colorimetric method, we will be using around 4.5 to 6 ml solution. So ELISA plate reader, it is only in microliters we are using, and we got the same precision, 95 to 98%. And this is development of novel biosensing platforms for on-site detection of major foodborne mycotoxins. So this is one, actually one student has developed this and he has filed patent also. Innovative performance of another scholar is translating research into therapeutic solution. Molecular design, he has developed a component of reocclusion, half-life improvement, and thrombolytic activity, all together in one particular molecule he has developed. So Anmol Kumar, he has done his PhD on this. So what he did is molecular studies on development of a novel multifunctional staphylokinase variant with enhanced half-life and reduced reocclusion. So he has key innovations, multifunctional fusion protein he has developed, and 10x half-life extension, reduced reocclusion, and cost-effective ELISA, and optimized expression of the particular molecule. So this is the same one, central question. Can we redesign an existing thrombolytic protein? Can we improve the half-life? Can we reduce reocclusion without losing activity? So all these questions generated by him, and he has developed the molecule. And we have filed the patent also for this. So this is designing a multifunctional fusion protein. So creation of SAC-RGD protein. Single molecule performing all these functions. So dual genetic fusion approach and dual therapeutic effect and combined actions, simplified treatment regimen and reduced healthcare cost. Number of times you don't need to use. And improved patient health and also enhanced therapeutic efficiency. So the same one, native staphylokinase has reocclusion problem, engineered staphylokinase strategy, fusion of all the three characters and SAC enzyme, RGD peptide, and ABD domain. So all three are mixed in a one particular molecule, and we got all the questions fulfilled. So extended half-life, problem 3 to 5 minutes has been increased 10 times. And solution that it has binds serum albumin directly and uses FcRn recycling and prolonged circulation, and result is extended therapeutic window and reduced dosage frequency and improved patient compliance. So dramatic improvement from 3 to 5 minutes to 30 to 50 minutes. So this is what actually mechanism of half-life, I just skipped this one. So reducing the reocclusion problem and solution also we have developed. And antiplatelet activity assay results, this also has been addressed. And improved pharmacokinetics, this also has been developed. And development of cost-effective ELISA also, it has been achieved. Safety validation. So this is an idea of one student, actually he has isolated the organism and he has developed the particular chimeric protein and with his various approaches, and he has finally submitted his PhD. So PhD students should not think about completion of PhD. We need to do a problem which is going to be appreciated by many people. What a scholar need to do is identifying the limitations, combine disciplines, think interdisciplinary, embrace complexity. Innovation is not accidental always, it is intentional. You have to do intentionally, you have to work towards innovation. So accidental is very limited sometimes, that is by observation, sometimes whatever you get. So you need to work towards that. Importance of translated research, bench to bedside, serve society, patents and products matter, but actually it needs to serve the society. Innovation cannot be restricted to new things. You can also, existing concepts also can be modified. Just only to show some of the things. Not all innovations are very successful. Several innovations have been tried through designing of various things. They are not been successful. All startups actually. So you can see here, don't limit yourself, think broader and wide. You can see shoes when we are walking in the rain, the shoes should not be wetted with rain, no? So they are using umbrellas. So they are actually in rain, actually they wanted to use umbrella, so like that, innovative. And similarly, eating noodles also. So these are all innovations which are very successful in several countries. One particular startup which has got really started from one particular area, and how it has been spread into the world biggest startup. So it is Innovative Research Center business objective and strategy for developing Donge Cercite mineral. It is a mineral producing area. So that startup actually been developed by Seong Mok. So what they did is they have developed a network of various applications, training human resources in the particular area, support enterprises, developing technology, and advertising and marketing of the particular technology. You can see they are developed several innumerable products using cercite mineral, like antimicrobial, antifungus, and deodorization, radiating far infrared ray and anion, absorbing and decomposing harmful substances. So several products they have developed from that. And several useful products, one particular mineral. It is a successful startup in Korea. And developing technology as absorbent, developing technology as analyzer, developing technology as cesium nuclear reactors, developing technology for osmosis and microfiltration and reverse osmosis, developing technology for deodorizer, developing technology for non-woven fabric antibiotic. So only one mineral has been used with the different applications they have developed. Support product development, eco-friendly agriculture products, eco-friendly construction material, health and aesthetic products, support daily supplements, nutritional supplements. So this is motivation by the faculty supervisor in developing innovative research is the major responsibility of the scientists. Why I am telling this? Because if you tell them a problem, they will never develop any innovation. You have to tell them to come with a problem. So every day you ask them to come with a problem of one or two problems, and among that problems you have to select the problems and you have to give them a task. This is what actually that concept will be definitely useful to the students. So National Science Day reminder for developing science with innovative research. This is what my message. Thesis is not just degree. One page can change lives of you. You can become Nobel laureate, you can become Bhatnagar Award, you can become any international distinguished scientist. So think beyond the thesis. Courage to innovate is you should develop. Take home message to students that be creative, be original, be solution oriented, make it meaningful. So this ends my talk, preliminary talk. If you are having patience, I can do this. Otherwise, I will take leave of this. What do you say? Okay. So pharmacogenomics is one of the new concept actually. If you go to, I will just give 5 to 10 minutes for this topic and I will close. So nowadays, if you go to doctor, even everyone facing this problem, they will not having any idea about what is your problem. They will give a number of medications. For example, if you say that I have a stomach ache, they will start doing stomach problems, normal problem, and like that. And if you get some kind of cold, they will give some cold tablets. So trial and error means they are giving several medicines. But all these problems are actually not being caused because of the external symptoms. It is because of the various disorders in the internal genetic, mostly genetic disorders. It is more than 700 genetic disorders are there in human beings, very frequently comes. Doctor is not knowing what kind of genetic disorder it is and what kind of problem it is. And also you have to understand, genetic disorders are actually not been common in every individuals. So the drug which is working for me will not work for you. Drug which is working for gents may not be working for women. And drugs which are working for young people may not work for the older people. So you have to identify the problem first and you have to take the medicine for the particular patients. Nowadays, the system, if you just see, to develop a medicine or to develop a drug, it will take several years, sometimes even 10 to 12 years, and expenditure of huge expenditure, billions of rupees. So what is that? The concept is on pharmacogenomics is that tailoring a specific drug to the biological state of the patient. Every drug will be having a different function, drug metabolism, drug response, drug reaction, and drug actions on enzymes. Everything will be different. That has to be identified. Specific tailoring of a specific drug for the specific group of people is very, very important. Existence of genetic markers such as single nucleotide polymorphism, that is AT-GC pairing, will be there in nucleic acids. So if instead of AT and GC pairing, if it is going to be having A and G and T and C, like that, if it is going to have a pairing, mispairing, that is going to lead into a single nucleotide change, a mutation. But all mutations will not be dreadful or dangerous, but so most of them will be disease-causing changes. So SNPs are known to cause different mode of drug influence. Each SNP, single nucleotide polymorphism, is a different mode of drug influence. This study lead to the emergence of new branch of science called pharmacogenomics. So pharmacogenomics, what is that? It examines how your genetic makeup is affected in response to a particular drug. Research in this field are working on applying human genome knowledge to pharmaceuticals by identifying the genes that account for various drug reactions in different people. Now, days are not far away. Even now in North America and Europe, if you go to a doctor, they are asking you to go for the genetic analysis of your particular patient. And basing on that genetic analysis, only they are able to identify the single nucleotide polymorphism, and they are trying to develop a particular drug for them. So pharmacogenetics and pharmacogenomics, the doctors are not far away, the days are not far away that when a patient visits doctor office, instead of making an educated guess about what medication is to be prescribed, your doctor may give you a genetic test that gives you an indication that which medication was right for you. So that is what actually the days, so it will be solving problem of developing a drug for several years, and several trials also it can be reduced. Such a test might be predict how you would respond to a drug, determine whether you are responding properly for the particular drug or not. And a group of patients would suffer with several side effects also will be known. So it is not all the far away, and it is known as pharmacogenetics or pharmacogenomics. So this in human genome, after the emergence of human genome project, it has been identified that there are 11 million SNPs in the human genome population. And that means every 1,000 base pairs, one single nucleotide polymorphism is there. So this is a possibility that many kinds of problems will be there in future. So how SNP is, so you can see here, the top one is normal one, and the bottom one is SNP occurred. So even in genome also, several places it will happen. So the people, because of the particular SNP, their color combination will vary, their structural variation will vary, and also their stature of the body also will vary. So SNP maps, you can create SNP map that this particular SNP, if they are having a group of individuals, they will have a particular drug to be developed for them, and they can be having an effect of so-and-so will be there in the SNP groups. So you just see here, multiple genomes here. In a group of people who are living at one place, they are not looking alike. One is having tallness, and one is having dwarfness, one is having red color, one is having normal color, one is having long hair. So a group of individuals living together will not be having same characters. So the drug also will not be affecting the same or giving same effect to these people. So this is what actually the major problem in pharmacogenomics. So what is that we are going to do is that in future, pharmacogenomics is in practice of medicine is going to come. So doctor will ask you to go to the genetic analysis, and basing on the SNPs, and particular drug will be prescribed to you. So the days are very not far away, and you can see here, I wanted to show you because I am going little fast. So here, what is gene expression is very important, gene expression. Why? Because the gene expression is very important for developing a particular drug. and gene mutation also. So one particular gene which is responsible for a particular disease may not be expressed in one individual. Another individual gene may be expressed. That also we have to identify. That for that actually we need to have a technique called gene expression equipment, or you can go for the manual expression studies also. So I just wanted to go. Here you can see non-obese, obese, same group of individuals. The obesity gene is absent in the non-obese people, and in the obese people, the causing gene is present. So I wanted to skip all this. What pharmacogenomics can provide, and more so in the future, is the drugs that work. Drugs will not work for you, it will also tell you. Drugs that are safe to particular individuals. Dosage that are appropriate for an individual. So this is actually the opportunity to deliver on the promise of individualized medicine, that is personalized medicine concept in US and North America. North America and Europe, it has been. One predict drug activity also, because which drug will be active for a particular group of people also will be known to us. So what is the need of pharmacogenomics? The problem in treatment, variability of dose response, and if you give one overdose or lesser dose, it will not be causing the particular disease to be treated. So it is to be compulsory that we need to have medical and genetic analysis to treat the particular individuals. So one particular drug which has been developed for that, Abcavir is one drug. It's a highly effective drug for HIV with 4% incidence of potentiality, life-threatening hypersensitivity. So compared SNP profiles to different between controls and HIV cases, hypersensitive reaction associated with polymorphism in two candidate genes thought to be associated with immunological reactions, TNF-alpha 238 and HLA-B57. HLA-B57 alleles were present in 50% of the cases. So PPB was 30 to 7% and 70% in white males, and NPV was 97%, but less in women and other racial or ethnic groups. So Abcavir was developed for the treatment of HIV with HLA-B57 genetic disorder. So this is one drug, TACMAN, drug metabolism genotyping assays. How you can go for the genotyping analysis, 2,000 unique tests you can conduct with this particular test. So drug development today and tomorrow is pharmacogenomics is going to be, in the next 20 years, it is going to be the future for the treatment of doctors. You don't, nowadays you take it granted that no doctor will be having idea why this particular disease is being caused. So the study of medicine nowadays is not really been properly going on well in our country. So we need to also have, some centers have already started working in this area, pharmacogenomics. That is going to be the future for the medicine. So anticipated benefits, companies will reduce the cost of developing drugs, and first time drugs can be developed for a group of individuals, and more accurate methods for determining drug dosages. Advanced screening of the disease is possible. Better vaccines can be developed, improvement in drug discovery and approval process. So challenge and issues in pharmacogenomics is, pharmacogenetics and pharmacogenomics have great potential to advance medical treatment and drug discovery. With advances in these fields will come into rescue in solving the technical and economic challenges as well as ethical issues. But challenge is genome analysis for all the individual has to be done. So that is a little costly now. It has to come down. Studying the biology of genes involved in disease and drug response has to be studied. SNP analysis and expression has to be studied. In reality, disease and drug response can involve hundreds of genes. Environmental factors such as age, nutrition, and lifestyle have to be studied. Adopting new practice in healthcare for the existing doctors is very difficult. That has to be changed. And healthcare providers and pharmacists will have to become educated about this particular new technique and diagnostic tests, and ethical and privacy concern, because your genome analysis is being tested. So that ethical issue also has to be addressed. Take-home message is pharmacogenomics have greater benefits like targeted therapies like Herceptin, Gleevec, Erbitux, and risk reduction strategies like HIV resistance, testing and optimized dosing for HCV, and pharmacogenomics biomarkers for safety and efficacy, predict or prevent the particular disease. FDA has approved these pharmacogenomics developed drugs for use for different people. FDA has committed a multi-year, multi-dimensional approach to advancing post-pharmacogenomics. So with this, I finished the topic of pharmacogenomics very fast. So this is my National Science Day greetings to all of you. And thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to interact with all of you. So.
ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. Thank you, sir, for that interesting and extended presentation and highlighting the women's resilience. Hope the student scholars are enlightened with the qualities of out-of-box thinking, determination, commitment, and hard work, moving towards novel innovations. Once again, thank you, sir. Now may I request our respected director to address the gathering on this occasion. Sir, please.
Good evening to all of you. My dear colleagues, students, I hope the speaker of today's National Science Day program has immensely justified for the National Science Day with his vast experience in both academics and administration. The topic what he has selected, that is exploratory thinking in modern research and practice, is highly relevant since we are completely involved in R&D aspects. So with his vast experience, as I just mentioned, so many aspects he has touched. And the first part of that one, the pharmacogenomics, why I requested him is some latest, whatever the challenges associated with more or less are associated with that nutrigenomics also, wherein our institute is actively involved. The first half of his talk, he is highly oriented towards how you have to identify a problem and how you have to take output with your creativity and determination. So that is the essence of his first half of the speech. One thing, the determination is a very, very vital, and it is a driving force that converts any obstacles into opportunities, allowing individuals to transform a defunct, unproductive situations into vibrant, successful platforms. That is what he has demonstrated, that I also closely observed during his tenure as the Vice Chancellor at the Mizoram Central University. Really, he transformed that defunct into number one in Northeast, and at one stage, it almost competed with the IIT Guwahati in publications and funding. 350 crores direct funding and indirect infrastructure funding is altogether 1,000 crores. That's why he has mentioned it is number one in India at the time. By maintaining a firm, focused purpose and adopting a flexible, adaptable mindset, one can overcome, reinvent, and turn failure into a long-term growth and success. Everybody will talk about the mindset. Mindset is not just a self-made trait. It is a strategy. Without strategy, having mindset, I have a mindset like this, ನಾನು ಇದೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, no, you will be there or you will be 2 steps behind to your current position. Passion provides the energy and initial spark, but strategy is the blueprint for turning into sustainable, profitable reality. Without a structured plan and operational discipline, enthusiasm often leads to burnout rather than success. The strategy bridges the gap between dreams and execution. That is what he has demonstrated in Mizoram Central University and currently doing the same at the Mangalyatan University. Way back in 2018, I think, in a state like Mizoram, international conference successfully did for 3 days. Successfully did a 3 days international conference in Mizoram. Yes, now Dr. Prasanna has mentioned that this year it is the 98th birthday of C.V. Raman. So with a little infrastructure facilities, with a little funding, Raman has done wonders. That is what he has also mentioned. A number of examples he has given. We, being a CSIR laboratory funded by the central government, resources are not a dearth to us. He has shown that with minimal little resources, how you can do the wonders. That is what we have to learn. How to harness our resources into more productive way to meet the national demands. That is what we need to learn in this case. And women in Vikasit Bharat, a number of examples sir has given. Yes, we are witnessing the developments, and we hope the same thing will continue in future also. The focus on science, speak about the science, do only science with sense. This is not merely for you. It is for the sake of CFTRI and CSIR and the nation. So then we can do, with that mindset, definitely we can do the wonders. And we can position our CFTRI in better way than what we are today. And one important aspect he has mentioned is the qualitative dominance. I need not necessarily to again elaborate and infer this phrase, but you try to recollect what sir has mentioned, that qualitative dominance we need to show in each and every aspect of our R&D pursuits. Once again, I will say that minimal resources and quantity and qualitative output is very, very important. And how bold is beautiful. Bold is beautiful, we will say. That how bold is beautiful, again with a lot of examples in R&D with humbleness how you can do it. A person who is having 22,000 citations in a state university is standing with humbleness saying that I am not a distinguished scientist. Give him a big round of applause. When you really demonstrate and show the things, you don't need to worry and get fear. He just mentioned how important his importance was recognized by the people of Mizoram, including the government. Once when we went at night, it was like all hillocks and streets and things. Ultimately, we located his official residence, that one Vice Chancellor's residence. Then I asked, no security guard was there for his residence, despite that much odd things. So that is what, if you really work for the people, yeah, yes, that's why. So no security guard was posted for him at that one. So life is a learning process. Whatever you see in your day-to-day life in labs or in the life, vice versa, you try to apply. Then you can take your innovativeness and creativeness to utilizable form automatically. That again, sir has given many examples. So I request you all, adopt these things on this National Science Day. Take a oath that you people also will do in a similar way for the betterment of our lives. Don't have an attitude that whenever I give rose, petals are for me and pedicels with thorns are for you. No, that is not an attitude. That is not the thing what we require. N number of things are there. Where is the interaction between the scientist and the student? How many hours happening to discuss it technically? Let us have CFTRI for this ambience to do well rather than throwing thorns on others. This is my humble request to all of you. I once again congratulate you all for getting such a speaker today. In a reverse way, I am telling you, self-respect is more important rather than this one. Thank you very much, sir. Despite your very, very hectic schedule, just within a short span of time, I requested him. He redirected his visit and visited CFTRI because of the love for the CFTRI. Thank you very much. And the mere coincidence, a celestial thing is happening in the universe today, the lunar eclipse. But exactly in the middle of the lunar eclipse, exactly Science Day we had celebrated this. It's a mere coincidence. Once again, Science Day, congratulations and greetings to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for those kind and inspiring words. Now it's time to felicitate our today's chief guest. I request our respected director to do the honors. R.S. Mache, sir, can you please join on? Thank you, sirs. Now we have come to the end of the program. May I invite Dr. Suhas, our Senior Scientist, PPSFT, and Scientist in Charge, INP TTBD, to propose vote of thanks. Dr. Suhas, please.
Ellarigu namaskara. A pleasant evening to one and all. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of our chief guest, Professor K.R.S. Samashiva Rao. Sir, your inspiring address and insightful thoughts on the role of science in nation building have truly motivated us and reaffirmed our commitment to scientific excellence and societal impact. On behalf of all of us, we thank you very much, sir, for making it to CFTRI. Our sincere gratitude to our director, Dr. Giridhar Parvatam, for his constant encouragement, visionary leadership, and unwavering support in fostering a vibrant research culture in the Institute. Thank you very much, sir. We are deeply grateful to all the heads of the departments, chief scientists for their guidance and support in making this event a grand success. I extend heartfelt thanks to all the scientific, technical, administrative, and all other staff members of the Institute whose dedicated efforts behind the scenes ensured the smooth conduct of today's program. I must acknowledge IT and CS, estate management, agri-horti, security, canteen, and housekeeping personnel for their timely and efficient services rendered for this celebration. My appreciation also goes to all our research scholars, students for their enthusiastic participation and presence, which truly reflects the spirit of scientific inquiry and innovation. Finally, many thanks to all the distinguished guests, invitees, and well-wishers who have joined us today online and made this celebration more meaningful and memorable. Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Suhas. I request everyone to rise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जनगण.
I request everyone to join for high tea arranged in the quadrangle adjacent to the hall. Thank you all once again.